We unboxed it earlier this morning, and today is day one of the 30-day challenge with the Moto X. I'm Aaron Baker from PhoneDog.com, and today we're putting this device through the 30-day challenge paces to see how it performs in comparison to other high-end devices on the market. We'll test the display, the camera, the connectivity, and everything you ask us to test through Twitter and through Facebook through our 30-day challenge series of videos. Let's kick it off. It's day one with the Moto X. You guessed it, my next 30-day challenge is with the Moto X, and this is going to be an interesting challenge for me on a couple of different fronts. One, if you watch my videos, you know that I think there's a huge value add to be had in the most recent version of TouchWiz, the most recent version of Sense 5, and even perhaps to a lesser extent, the most recent version of LG's user interface. There's a lot to offer in these OEM customized versions of Android. They've really taken Android to a whole new level, and this is running a pretty stock build of Android. So the biggest challenge for me, I should say, number one, is going to be A, getting used to stock Android again after working with TouchWiz and Sense 5, and then B, talking about the value adds that those bring to the table and seeing if, you know what, stock Android or perhaps Motorola's minor customizations to stock Android overcome the benefits that you get from Sense 5 and from TouchWiz. It'll be exciting to work through that. Also, want to point out 4G LTE connectivity on this device and how it works on AT&T. We'll talk a lot about the customizations here. This is the white version, obviously, but we'll talk about AT&T's exclusive lock on the customization options through Moto Maker and see if that plays a role. We'll also put this through its performance paces to see how quick this device is despite having only a 1.7 gigahertz dual-core processor. It seems fast so far. The 2 gigabytes of RAM seem to speed this thing through everything that I throw at it. That said, quad-core processors on the HTC One and the Galaxy S4, the Optimus G Pro, all the other flagship devices that are priced at the same price point, $199, put this thing to the test in a lot of different ways. We'll also go through the voice commands. Touchless control, we'll talk more about Motorola's Assist application, which gives you the ability, quite literally like it sounds, to assist you through things like driving, where you don't have to look down at your phone, it'll automatically read messages to you and more. Obviously, I'm a big proponent of not texting while driving, strong supporter of AT&T's campaign, and I'm excited to see that roll out in devices like this. And actually, Verizon, Sprint, and T-Mobile are strong supporters of the campaign as well. But so far, pretty quick here, but I'm gonna need to hear from you on this 30-day challenge. I'm actually leaving on a business trip to New York this evening, so you'll see some coverage from that as well. I'll talk about working with it while I'm on the road, battery life, and more. So stick around and ask me questions on Twitter at PhoneDog_Aaron and at Facebook, Facebook.com/HiAaronBaker. Let me know what you want to see, be it camera performance, be it battery life performance, be it the overall look and feel, perhaps how it feels in the hand as opposed to the Galaxy S4 or the HTC One. Maybe you want to know how this thing feels. Sounds like a kind of an old-timey thing, but hey, to make phone calls. Maybe you want to see how it feels in the hand for that, or perhaps you want to see how long it browses the web before the battery dies. Hit me up either through Twitter, Facebook, or Google+, gplus.to. Aaron C. Baker is my personal. PhoneDog is obviously the work one, and ask me any questions you have about this device. But really excited to get my hands on this. This is Motorola's flagship device for the second half of 2013. There's been a lot of buzz around this, and I want to go through everything about this device to see, even at the $199 price point, if it's worth it. Hit me up with your questions. The 30 days begins today with the Moto X. Can I do it? Stay tuned and find out with me.